Fish people have known the importance of wood in streams for a lot longer than even stream science has. So originally, it wasn't too hard for a fisherman to go out and fish and realize that fish were almost always by a tree, some form of overhead cover. So starting about 60 years or so ago, fisheries people started putting wood into streams. And the first round of that, the first generation of that, was really smaller structures meant for overhead cover. Places that trout could hide underneath and feel protected. More recently, we know even more about why wood helps streams, whether it's aquatic insect colonization, young fish, old fish, stream channel shape, overhead cover. As the reasons why wood helps streams have become clearer and clearer, the differences and the different ways or the diversity in which we add wood into streams has blossomed too.
So the wood has become the wood additions become more fine-tuned. What did we do with the major additions, and what do we still need? Now let's go in with some fine-scale tools and really begin to touch up. So wood additions in recent years have declined in terms of numbers, but increased in terms of specificity.
We add wood to streams for a variety of reasons, right? So we may want to narrow and deepen a stream by collecting silt and wood material on the side. We may still want overhead cover. There's a lot of reasons. We may want to hold the bottom of a stream in. So because of that, stream projects span a very wide spectrum of cost and complexity. We still do ones that are pretty simple. We may take and find some dead or dying trees right next to the stream, cut them, pull them in, and place them in a particular way, and we can pull off some of these wood projects fairly cheaply. But when you get into larger streams and longer sections of streams that really are far below the amount of wood that they have, the engineering, the acquisition of the wood, the mobilization of it into a stream becomes incredibly expensive. So we have done and we will do wood projects in streams that go way into the high hundreds of thousands of dollars. And it's very easy to contemplate projects that span 10, 20 miles of a river that go up into the millions. The key is that they're very, very expensive. They're labor intensive. What we really want is for trees to grow alongside of a stream, die and fall in eventually and gradually, and keep the river where it's supposed to be for wood. When that doesn't happen and we have to intervene and try to replace that natural process, it's incredibly expensive for fisheries people to do that.
Various ways that wood can be added to streams, well, most importantly would be that it falls in. Most of the substrate that we have available in our streams was given to this area 10,000 years ago at the end of the Pleistocene, and short of another ice age, we're probably not going to get more little boulders and glacial erratics. So if we want diverse habitat, it has to be wood. We want it to fall in, but we need these trees to grow 50, 100 years until a tamarac's going to snap off and fall in. So what we need to do is in between that time frame, from now until these trees start falling in.
So when we talk about the expense of fisheries people trying to add wood into streams and how that's really prohibitive and it's going to always be limited, one of the real keys to the future is to try to make sure that we incentivize private forestry owners into managing the forest along their streams for wood recruitment and stream health. Okay? And right now, there's a few programs to do that, but there's not quite enough. We're really asking forest owners to do the right thing and help make their streams and water quality better. In the future, yeah, I would love to see programs where factoring in wood recruitment long-term into forest management plans in those riparian areas result in some form of payment for that. Okay, so we have federal programs to pay farmers to plant grass in their fields for a ton of different great reasons. I think that we should be thinking 50, 100, 200 years out and developing those programs that incentivize and reward forest owners for providing these benefits to streams.
In the long run, a program that would encourage or even reward landowners to allow trees to grow, and again, they fall in naturally, that to me is the long-term solution. So it's worth the investment. It may take 100 years. So in the meantime, we need to be investing in wood installations where wood's needed until those trees grow tall enough. It's not that one solution is the right answer versus the other solution being the wrong answer. It's the appropriate combination of all of those techniques.